Disney has always been known for clean-ish family fun, but did you know that there are some fairy tales that they straight up lied about? From the number of dwarves in Snow White to the identity of Cinderella's Prince Charming, these are the top 5 darkest fairy tales Disney lied about. And you won't believe how messed up the originals really are. Coming in at number 5 is Hook. Disney's version of this classic fairy tale makes it seem like an innocent story about a boy who never grows up. But the real story is a lot more sinister. In the original story, Peter Pan is a lot less heroic and a lot more villainous. He is actually the leader of a gang of murderous children who go around killing the natives of Neverland and stealing their treasure. The Lost Boys aren't lost boys at all. They actually the children of the murdered parents, whose bodies then become food for the crocodiles that later eat Peter Pan. Now you know why he's so afraid of them. Number 4 is even worse though. It's Cinderella, because we all know that Cinderella's stepsisters cut off their feet to try and fit into the glass slipper. Okay, maybe not all of us. You see, in the original story, Cinderella's stepsisters didn't just cut off their toes. They cut off their whole feet and then proceeded to put on those glass slippers, which were actually made out of human skin. Talk about a perfectly horrifying fashion choice. But we can thank Disney for making that one a little more tame. The same cannot be said about Snow White though, because in the original story of Snow White, the evil queen was way more brutal than Disney led us to believe. In the original tale, after being told that Snow White is the fairest of them all, the queen orders her servants to take the girl into the forest and leave her there to die. They actually do, and Snow White's body is then devoured by wild animals. So yeah, that's certainly one way to make someone vanish. But it gets even more messed up with the Little Mermaid, because if you thought Ursula was a scary villain, just wait until you hear about the Sea Witch in the original story. Not only does she have the power to control the weather, but she also has a giant squid monster that she uses to attack ships and devour their crews. She also steals the Little Mermaid's voice so that she can trick the prince into marrying her instead. But when the prince finds out he's been tricked, he throws the mermaid's head up in the air and catches it with a sword, ripping it off. Yikes! And finally, we have Rapunzel. We all know the story of the girl who got locked in a tower by her evil stepmother. But did you know that in the original story, Rapunzel wasn't just locked in a tower? She was locked in a tower with a dragon. Yeah, you heard me right, a dragon. The story goes that Rapunzel used her long hair to escape the tower, but the prince she fell in love with got tangled in the hair along with her, and they both ended up in the dragon's lair, where they were forced to live together in a cave. That's definitely not something that Disney's version makes us think about. Well, now you know the truth about some of the most famous fairy tales ever told. Which version do you think is scarier, the original or the Disney version? Let me know your thoughts below.